in that same set got a masked form. So of course this is a masked deck. Evil Eye Omnigrujo itself has 2 skills. It says whenever it is placed on Vanguard Circle, you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card with Omnigrujo in its card name, or up to 1 Mask of Hydreigon from among them, reveal it and put it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So it makes the deck extremely consistent on every ride. Then it also has the main skill here that says act on Vanguard Circle, you Soul Blast 1. Choose up to 1 trigger unit from your drop, bind it, and until the end of your turn, your opponent cannot increase power with trigger effects of cards with the same trigger icon as the card in your bind zone. So that is to say, if you have a heal trigger bound, if your opponent checks a heal, they cannot get any power from that heal. They can still activate the effect of the heals, but they cannot get power from the heal. Likewise, if you bind a crit and also a heal in your bind zone, your opponent can then not get power from a crit or a heal. It is cumulative, but it is an effect you have to activate every single turn. The masked version of this card has an additional caveat to it. So, it has the skill where, act on Vanguard Circle, you can remove a card with Omnigrujo in its card name with a different name from this card from hand, soul, or drop. Choose up to 1 trigger from your drop and bind it, and this gets the continuous skill that all of your opponent's cards with the same trigger icon as any cards in your bind zone get minus 5k shield. Also, they do not get power from those triggers with the same icon. So once again, if you have a heal trigger bound by this effect, your opponent will not be able to get power from this heal if they damage check it. But in addition, now if they were to try and use this heal trigger to guard, it's going to lose 5k shield. If you have a crit and a heal bound, they lose both 5k shield, and your opponent does not get power whenever they damage check this. So of course only active on your turn. It doesn't do anything when your opponent is taking their turn. Lastly, the masked version here has a skill that says at the end of the battle this unit attack, you may counterblast 1 and put 2 back row rear guards into your soul. Specifically back row, specifically 2 of them, to restand this unit, and it gets drive -1 to the end of the turn. This is a deck that forces your opponent to think differently, especially when it comes to their guarding options and their guarding patterns. Here's the list. Let's jump into this deck profile. Starting off with the ride line, we have the Evil Eye Beast Omnia Kitty here. It doesn't matter what you play in this grade 0 spot. After that, we're going to go into the Evil Eye Beast Omnia Crow. This says act. Once per turn, you can Soul Blast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and choose up to 1 Omnigrujo, that's grade 3 or greater, from among them added to your hand. This is for either the original version or the mass version. If you did not add something to your hand, you Soul Charge 2. This is extremely good for one thing out your deck, but also helping you be consistent in getting the Omnigrujos that you need for either Persona Ride or for the skill of the Omnigrujo mask. Next up here for the grade 2, we have the Evil Eye Beast Omnia Owls. Omnia Owl says that when this is placed by riding from the Crow, you can search your deck for up to 1 trigger unit, put it into your soul, shuffle your deck, and if you did so, you draw 1 card. So as you want to get as many different trigger icons bound by the time that you're on your Omnigrujo, you can use this to get something like a draw trigger typically out of your deck so that you can then bind that later on, but also just you can draw. So it kind of ends up using the effect of the draw anyways, which would have been to draw, and it doesn't make it feel like, you know, wasting a crit or something like that. And finally, of course, we have Omnigrujo. For the grade 3s, we're going to be playing here 3 copies of the original Omnigrujo. You want to play as many of these in your deck just so that it helps you when you use all your effects at search for Omnigrujo, so it allows you to just deck them, but also so you can use it with the mask Omnigrujo, which we're of course here playing 4 copies. We already went over what this does in the intro, but we want to go into this as quickly as possible and get as many triggers bound as quickly as possible so that its restand is as threatening as possible. Lastly, here we have ourselves 4 copies of the Mask of Hydreigon. Mask of Hydreigon says you play this, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 unit card with either Dragon Tree or Mask in its card name, and you can add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. This specifically says mask with an S, so you can't add the Mask of Hidrigum. Of course, the Mask of Hidrigum is not a unit, so it doesn't count, but just keep that in mind. But we mainly use this to add the Omnia Grujo mask, but we also do play some of the Dragon Tree cards, so it does help us thin out the deck even more, especially considering that we're a restanding Vanguard deck. It allows us to check triggers way more often, triggers that we can then maybe even bind from Omnia Grujo's skill to make it even more difficult for opponent to guard. But with it being a mass deck, it's required essentially that we play this, also because of its second skill here that lets us, if we're on a Vanguard that does not have mask in its card name, we can use this effect from the drop to reveal a grade 3 with mask in its card name from our hand, write it, and then we can put the mask here into soul, and if our opponent's on grade 3 or greater, we can actually activate Personalize. So this lets us go into the mask on the same turn that we write a grade 3. You want to do this even if you're going first, because you can restand even if you're going first, and you can actually now bind up to 3 or 4 triggers right off from your first grade 3 turn, typically 3. We'll go over that in a bit. This is also really great to play at 4 in your deck because the original Omnia Grujo can search this out. So again, you can deck thin very easily with this deck, as you can ride Omnia Grujo to then select the Mask of Hidrigum from your top 5 and then play the Mask of Hidrigum to get another card from your top 5. So you have insane deck thinning with this deck. For the grade 2s, we're going to start off with the newest one from set 13. This is the Red Eye of Governing Ruler Lindikia here. Just 2 skills here. First one says that when this unit is placed on rear, if you have a Vanguard with mask in its card name, you counterblast 1. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 grade 3 or less unit from among them that's not the same name as this card and call it to rear. Shuffle your deck, and then you can actually choose a trigger from your drop and bind it. So this actually allows us, in combination with the original Omnia Grujo skill, the skill of the Mask Omnia Grujo, and now Linda here, that gives you 3 triggers in your bind zone in one possible turn. So that's already 3 of the 5 triggers you can actually get bound, which limits your opponent's shield options immensely, especially since typically they play 8 to 7 crits, maybe 3 to 4 draws, and 4 heals. So if you can get those 3, you pretty much shut off 90% of the decks that play that trigger lineup, cut out all of their shield by half almost. The final skill here says that during your turn, if you have 3 or more trigger units, you get 10k power. This doesn't check for different trigger types, and you can vary, as you just said, get 3 of them on your first grade 3 turn. Next we have here 4 copies of the Misery Wing. Misery Wing has 2 skills. During your turn, this gets 5k for each different trigger icon in your bind zone. So this can get a maximum of plus 25k. This is the main attacker in the deck. It also provides a lot of utility because on place, if you have 2 trigger units, different trigger icons in your bind zone, you can Soul Blast 2 to draw 1 card. The Soul Blast is actually pretty useful as well because it allows you to remove Omnia Grujo from your soul, as well as the Mask of Hidrigum in case you need to use that next turn. Removing the Omnia Grujo from your soul means that you can bind it from your drop instead of having to remove it from your soul, which you might need to use your soul for something else. Of course, drawing a card is really nice, and the fact that we now have Linda means that we can actually get this draw off really easily, because sometimes you had to awkwardly find a way to get the Omnia Grujo out of your soul before you can actually play the Misery Wing, and maybe there are some times where you want to try and draw cards before you go ahead and use the rest of your plays. So this is really nice that now we can pretty much use this all the time. It also allows us to get easy access to this, again thanks to Linda, because you can actually call this out and activate its skill on place. We've got here 4 copies of the Black Sky Thunder Quaking Queen Laminia. This has 2 skills. When this is discarded from your hand during life, you can Soul Blast 1 card. This is pretty good just because it allows you to plus even more. This deck does plus pretty well in the early game, but it typically fills up its hand with like grade 3s and stuff that's not really that great. So it does suffer from fake hand during the early mid parts of the game. That being said, this helps you just get your extra pieces in hands as well. The second skill is also really useful, because it says if this is placed from your hand, if you Persona roll this turn, you can counterblast, choose a card from your soul and call it to your rear.
See, we got all the Starkia kids in the chat. How's everyone doing? Sorry if I blew out your ears a second ago. I didn't know the desktop audio was on. Good thing I was in doing anything crazy. But how's everyone doing today? This fine, this decent, this decent Tuesday. Let's go ahead and get chat on screen. I have to do this every single stream. But it just looks so off. There we go. And then this needs this. There we go. So I know I said last time I was going to make a different scene so you guys can see the whole screen a little bit more, but I have not. I'm a bad person. But maybe next time. Alright, let's see what you guys had to say so far about bugs. See, Gredv. I'm going to say Reds, because that rolls off better. It's going to be running Nature of Sensationalism. So you can put it on the restander that can restand. I don't know if there's going to be enough ways, or if it's synergizes enough to put stuff in drop, but we'll see. I like that idea, but often you don't get much in drop quick enough, so it's not worth it. As far as Blitz goes, 4 Bs, 4 of the new order, that should be enough. Yeah, basically. You don't need to spam like 15 Blitz. Like I've seen some suggestions, remember that the new Blitz only extends your Blitz. Yeah, that's my one issue with the deck, is that you have to play that Blitz order that turn, and there's no way to search it right now. Unless I missed something. So that's kind of lame. If you run too many, you're going to find yourself with 4 Blitz in hand and only 2 that you can use. Yep. By playing the game, to be honest, hitting 15 isn't as hard, especially for Sercan. It's definitely a finisher, late game move. I do feel like the deck lacks a little bit in power, so it might be worth going more into Nectar to try and get more stuff in drops or yourself a little bit more powerful. Need to conserve energy for your opponent's bigger plays. Grade 2 turn is fine, just play one order, not the main one. 4 nukes like Welstra are still hell for this deck, mostly for not having enough names. That is another issue, yeah. I don't know, we don't know what Welstra is going to look like though in set 1. Like I know we have all the cards revealed, but presumably it's the same game plan where they just keep pinging or operating for Schultz to retire, but we don't know that, to be honest. Just one more grade 1 and grade 2 names would be ideal, and they'll probably get more. They're probably not getting those till set 2, possibly. Could run the Anta for the board recursion, yeah. You don't need 4 Nelio Wheelguards, so the Anta doesn't conflict with the crit. You need to rename your stream. You need to rename your channel to that dude with too many Circeo viewers. There's like 3 ways to search and recycle it. There's what ways are there to search it? With the settle. Oh right, yeah, that's it though, right? Just the butterfly. There's nothing else that can search out specifically any blitz order. I don't think there is, right? The ride line can fetch it. Okay, that I forgot about. You can research blitz so much. You can research blitz so much that you don't need butterfly. She eats CB while still blows up 3 regards per turn, possibly. We don't know. The grade 1 can search it, and a grade 2 can add it from drop to hand. Okay, all right, so that makes more sense. Because yeah, I saw it this morning. I just didn't remember that. So that makes it a little bit better. It's kind of cool that they made more than 1 blitz possible per turn. The fact that it's locked to a specific blitz is kind of lame, but hold on. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit better. You can see my head more. No? About the same? Alright, that's fine. That's totally fine, camera. Do whatever it is that you want to do today. Clearly, camera, the stream is yours. Let me just put on my fancy streamer necklace, because it's gotta look all blinged out, especially since all I ever wear to these are t-shirts. Blitz is generic. Blitz is generic. Do with it what you will. You'll see. But alright, let's go ahead and I guess jump into the reveals from this morning. Specifically, oh boy. Why are you like this? Why? Just stay in one place. No, you're gonna go all limp dick on me. All right, that's great. That's awesome. That is totally awesome. All right, hold on. that there. Just stay. Nope. Okay. There? Is that a little bit better? No? Like that? Maybe stay like that. Maybe if I turn it all the way? No? Alright. Sorry. I'm trying to get this thing to stay put. Can't seem to tighten it anymore, so I guess that's just as good as it's gonna get.
Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys can hear me just fine. You might get the Dark Stick splits for 50 card for the Direful dolls. I don't know if that's... I saw the message that you posted on Discord, but I didn't get to go into Discord to talk about it, but... I don't know. I don't know what else is in there for Dark Shades, so it might not be worth it. I don't know. I feel like all those cards are going to be extremely cheap because they're mostly commons. We only have, what, 1 triple, 1 double, everything else is a common and a rare? I don't know. I feel like that deck altogether is probably going to be like 40 bucks, but I could be wrong. Maybe way less than that. I'm overshooting it, I think. But let's play some more talky music. Like good old this. So good, so okay, it just became so bulky. Also between this and dolls, we're gonna see legit defense creep. I don't know about all that, but I don't know if it's impactful enough. We'll see. All the mommies love their swords. Yeah, apparently. But alright, yeah, so let's jump into the reveals from this morning. So we got the fabled bug Strokea line, quote unquote, that focuses on blitz orders that we've been ruminating around about for the last couple of streams. Here is the grade 0, what you'd expect. Interestingly, I didn't notice initially that there's like this bug mommy, literally literally bug mommy behind the starter here. I don't remember the card art too well, so I don't know if this is something that'll maybe come up, but this is clearly like a younger form of Las Caria, which is decent. It looks interesting. I like the way that they did the like color pattern, so it looks like a bug but not like in a gross bug way. So Ghidorah scars are still there. I don't know about that. They had only barely bug though. They had to put Neonectar. Well, whatever, it's a bug. This is very clearly a bug lady. I don't. You want to play Paralyze and stuff, go play Mushi King, go play Misty Arc. If that's not enough, go play Premium. But then next up we've got the grade 1 here, Days of Training Lascaria. So this says when you ride the grade 2, you can specifically the grade 2 from the ride line, you can search your deck for up to 1 grade 2 or greater blitz order without Regalius piece and add it to your hand. So this is actually generic. I didn't know that. So you can actually use this in any Strokea deck technically, but you can just search out any blitz order, which is kind of cool. It just has to be grade 2 or greater. I don't know if there's that many of the good ones that are grade 2 or greater. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I know there's only like 4 of them. I know there's Ghost Chase, and then there's the B one. That one I know is a grade 2, and then there's the I keep thinking it's the Greedon one, but it's the technically the Golden Zorgo one, the Golden Rolling Prison one. But yeah. Ride line not splashable. Maggie still sucks. Still stuck calling ultis from the top. I mean, you can still use it in Magnolia, you just gotta play blitz orders. So the fact that it searches out the blitz order, its specific blitz order, which it has one, spoiler alert, is really nice. So next up, then we have, what does it say? 2/9. What do they mean by that? What do you mean February 9th or September 2nd? I don't know. Anyways, then we got the grade 2 here that just says when you ride over it's with the grade 3, look at top 5, search for one of the archetype specific names in its card name or blitz order, reveal it and put it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. You guys said this was from drop. Y'all liars. Y'all a bunch of liars. Y'all said this stuff searched from drop. This doesn't search from drop. This is search from deck. This is top 5. This is literally Thegria, but as a bug. What do you mean? It needs 1 more unit to be consistent overall. I like this. I think it might need more than 1. Might need like maybe 2 more.
Set release? Is that really when the set releases? In February? Hey Azim, how are you doing? God, this comes out in February? And we're not getting this till like May? Oh my god. Okay, anyways. If the right line had some rig artifacts, even a super basic one would be fine to fill up for name slots. Yeah, no, it doesn't even have the name. Yeah, the one from the drop is a grade 2 in the main deck. All right, y'all said ride deck. Y'all said ride deck. Really, I can't believe this comes out in February. My god, that is that's like tomorrow. This comes out, and like we don't get this till like it. Like there's snow outside where I live, right? I mean, it's starting to melt away, but there's like ice, I should say, more accurately. And we're not gonna get this set until it is really warm outside. Until it's at least spring and you're in shorts, the summer is coming. If you're in school, you're basically out of it. Whereas like now you're starting school, right? Like that's, to put it into comparison, that's how insane it is that this is coming out in February and we're not getting it until May. Like some kids are starting school and they'll finish this semester when this set comes out in English, but good lord. So yeah, so the grade 1 searches out from deck, grade 2 searches out from top 5 or anything. Searches out any blitz order also, so you can actually get the it doesn't have a grade restriction, so you can actually get Elementary from this, which is kind of nice. Don't lie, I love this weather. It's a hard pass for me. I don't mind it as much, but when it gets like, when there's like snow and it's just salt and snow and slush and ice, that I'm not a big fan of. But yeah, it is extremely dumb. Recently they announced that Digimon is actually making an effort to this year. I don't know when they're set to do this, but they're gonna basically have simultaneous releases in the future, so they're gonna catch up the English side. Like, why? Vanguard, please do this for us. Like, especially now. Like, I went into this original gap thinking that that's what they were gonna do, because that makes so much sense, right? There's a gap between Japan and the rest of the world. Delay the releases, don't have anything come out for Japan so everyone else can catch up, and then have them come out all at the same time. But then instead they're like, nah, we just did that because just cause you guys get a gap anyways. Like, I don't mind gaps because there's a lot to be explored during that time, but just the fact that they're getting all these releases is a bit much. Snow's a foreign concept. Y'all don't have snow down there? Let's see if Digimon does the same dumbass thing that Vanguard did during Legion that screwed everyone over. I mean, they've done that since the start, where they were like combining sets and stuff, so I feel like Digimon players are kind of used to it. But alright, anyways, so that's the grade 2. This is the Blitz Order, which is the most important card for the deck for the most part. Tropics don't get snow. So lucky. So this you play with Energy Blast 3, so it's more or less free. Then it said if you're being attacked, you can give a unit 20k power to the end of that battle, and you can play an additional blitz this turn. I'm pretty sure it means that you can't continuously use this every turn. Like that same turn, like you play a blitz and then I play another one and it's like I can play one more. I don't think that's how that works, but I could be wrong. So let's read this again. You can play one more blitz order this turn. When you play this card, the number you can play increases. So that's the part that confuses me. The fact that it says confuses me. That says when you play this, the number you can play increases. So that would mean if I play it again, the number I can play increases, right? That would be kind of cool. If I can just constantly pop 20k shield. It means I can. That's really cool. And this is generic, right? This doesn't say, oh, if your Vanguard is this or that. So that's really, really cool. This is a really cool blitz order. And it's flat 20k shield, and it's a blitz order, so it gets over stupid guard restricts and all that stuff. So that's really sick. And it's a common. This is possibly the strongest common. This set has insane commons, but this is possibly the strongest common, I think, in all of Vanguard that I've ever seen. Yes, unfortunately it is a common, so there's no FFR or FR. There is a small chance that this might come in SR. Because that's the thing, we don't know what rarity SR is locked to, so it might just be like anything can be SR, who knows? That would be kind of lit. It'd be kind of a shame to make such a crucial card be a common, like, no rarity upgrade, but the fact that it's a common is really good. This is what they should do. They should make commons be the cards that decks need to play, right? Make this pack filler actually worthwhile. And then the more generic stuff, the more less generic stuff can be a higher rarity, even though I don't like that either, but I would rather that. You can play this another copy, chain to another, and repeat into a different blitz order, as long as you have the energy. And I don't think the deck needs energy aside from the blitz order. You're okay, you're doing well, you haven't read the cards yet, but don't worry. You're good at filtering out information and probably watch the reveals later. Okay, no doubt. Sadly, no FR. SR is double R and triple R. Oh, that's disappointing. That's so lame. But alright, so that's the blitz order. It's just great by itself. The fact that you can use it. This is really good in a lot of other decks, to be honest. You can play this in just about most of the Stoicheia decks, to be honest, that just have the space, that don't, the older decks, right? Because they're not using energy for anything else aside from maybe the draw or the cycler if they play that. Sienna wants his order so bad. Yeah, she should have gotten something like this as well. But I mean, there's hope that she might get this in the future. Wait, some of you prefer FR over regular Hollow or SP. I mean, I understand the preference difference, but that exact border makes me not a fan. I mean, yeah, some of the borders are okay, some of them aren't. If I had to choose between FR and SP or Hollow, I would rather SP or Hollow, honestly. Or like the new, like which is I guess basically SR, but the like full art with foil that you do for like promos, that I would like for like commons and stuff like that. But the fact that commons don't come out in FR just sucks, right? Or SR, and that's the part that sucks. It's not the fact that picking one or the other, it's the fact that these common cards that are starting to become more playable, you just can't bring them out. So especially when it comes to like the ride line or something like that. But personally, I love the lyrical and the Stoicheia ones. I really only like the Dark States one. I like the Brancate one on some decks, some cards. I hate the Keter one. I think the Dragon Empire one is okay. I don't like the lyrical one. It's okay for some cards. I don't like that one that much. And the Stoicheia one I like for FRs. For FFRs, I don't like them. Hollow's Hollow taken. The Stoicheia border is good. I don't know. Sometimes it's alright. Sometimes I'm kind of like, especially for like, there's just some cards that just does not look good in, like something like the Misty Arc melodic thing. It just looks so bad in FR because it's like, for me personally, because it's like the green and the blue and the gold, and it's just like too much stuff going on. And it's just like, oh, I don't like, especially when you compare it to the like the secret rare that just looks so much cleaner. But it also just has better colors that I like, right? Can it only look good on Japan Solarian because they made the EN one a 64 rare? I'll take cancel. I'm sorry, I just don't like the mixed match of colors. Well, watch, we'll look it up. I bet you I'll look it up and you guys be like, nah, he right. He's spitting. That shit like I ass. Oh, I just gotta figure out how to spell any of this. Me. Okay, whew, thank God. No, go away, man. Go away, young man. Like here, it looks okay, but IRL, I don't know what it is about the fact that like there's water and then there's like this green, this like blue here, and this is a green, and then the gold, and then this is purple. It's just like, it's too many clashing colors. But yeah, I don't know. Like on this one here, it looks fine. This one looks good, right? This one looks good. I like this one. Why is this? Oh, because I'm looking at grade 3s. Fucking grade 2. Right here, this one's a little bit too thick for some reason. I'm not a big fan of that one. And I think we only have whoops, I don't think there's that many left. To be honest, I think it's just that, and yeah, it's just that. Wow, they only have 3 FRs. That's crazy. That's insane. Man. Alright. Sorry. Bitch have seaweed underwater. Okay, I guess. Fine. I guess it's seaweed. If that makes you feel better that they got seaweed all over your cars. If the fact that you bought these cars and they got seaweed on them, I guess. Alright. Fair play. Never have an FFR IRL, so a relevant factor to me. We're gonna mail out. What does Ek like? We'll mail out Ek all of the Easter Ikea FFRs, just to fuck with them. Do admit the Dark States border looks sick on some Pale Moon motif cards. Yeah. There's a lot of cards that it looks really good on. FR slander. I think my weapon's ready. It's not FR slander. Specific FR slander. It's different. Someone premium is already gonna break butterfly. Oh. Where's the Tigrelata? I have the Tigrelata. What's that? It does make me feel bad to see which scented cards. All right, fair enough. The mermaid would say that. Yes, that would make sense. But all right, let's jump over to the grade 3 here. The big bad here. The baddie. Frosted Flakes Magnolia card coming to an Ek. Near you very soon. Silverhorn Beast from so that's 7. Oh yeah, that one looks pretty good too. But alright, yeah. So we got Sword Princess of Dream Blade Lascaria Veleno. I do not like this name because it is one letter short from just being veneno in Spanish, and I would have liked that a lot better. That would have been cool. Instead, it's Veleno, so it just feels like when they make a Pokemon and the name is like Fire and they change it later to make it Fire or something like that. That's kind of what it feels like to me. But unless this is an actual word, right? Unless this is like French or something, because that's usually the case, and then you guys roast me because I don't know French. But yeah, I don't know. Her. The grade 3 is the exact opposite of again Diva. Yeah, kinda. Talking about what now? Never mind. Aren't L's and R's interchangeable? In Japanese, yeah, it's the same sound. So this could become an R. I don't think they've done that, to be honest. But this could become an R. So it'd be like Vereno. I don't know how to say it in English. I keep saying it with a Spanish like dialect, but Vereno. That just doesn't sound good. Vereno? No. I don't like that leaving my mouth. Veleno. How do you guys say this? How do you Americans say this? Velelno. Velelno, right? No. I don't like any of those. Veleno sounds good. No hablo español. Por favor, explica. I don't know how to say the reference. In Spanish. Could be the JP pronunciation, yeah. Which I don't want to sound racist, but yeah, it's kind of like you kind of slur the L to say it. It's Italian for poison, sir. That's mafia. Is that really it? Is it really Italian? It's not Italian, man. You're gonna make me look up Italian. I'm gonna look up Italian poison and I'm gonna get got. Italian for poison. Oh, it is. Damn. Fuck me. Fuck my uncultured ass, I guess. Oh, whew. Do I want her favorite attack? Sure. I'd love that. Yeah, I got. Damn. It's Italian. Never mind. Fuck me and my Hispanic ass. I'm sorry. It's more like Veleno. That's what it is. Okay. That's fine. That's close enough. That's close enough. I think that's alright. I guess they got bugs on it, really. So that's okay. The 5k buff to the whole board is what Mysterio should have had this whole time. Yeah, that was Italian. Yeah. Perfect. My Italian's spot on, I guess. I'll put the unit name before though. Okay, but alright, so what does this actually do? I should probably get into that instead of just trying to dissect where this ma'am is from. She Italian? Oh, she Italian, but anyways, sorry. During your turn, if you have 3 or more units with Veneno, so it says units, she counts, so you just need 2 other units. That's okay. All of them with the same name get 5k. Okay, so you really just need her and then 2 back row.
But if you have 5, so you have almost a full board, then she gets and your opponent going second. I feel like this is kind of unnecessary to make it lock to turn 2. Like, I gotta have a full board and I gotta be going second. Like, come on, man. But then you get a crit, which is kind of sick. Time of happiness, Lascaria. That is, I'm assuming this, right? Time of happiness. Hee. I want to become like Mama soon. Okay, so that is her mom. Okay, fair enough. And then this one is Days of Training, Lascaria. I figured out my path, swordsmanship. My heart lies in the blade and walks the path of the blood. Walks the path of the blood? Damn, bro. I should go from like, I want to be like Mama to like, I'm out for blood. Damn, bro. This chick don't play. My account. I don't know how to do Italian accents. I don't know anyone Italian. Isn't he Italian? Isn't that where Cocoa Pebbles come from? No, that's Flintstones. Cocoa Puffs? Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, is our no, whatever. Anyways. This is this one, right? Oath upon mother's sword, Lascaria. Mother, please watch over me. The city and people you love, I will definitely... What happened? She got shot? Why is it cut off? Okay, interesting. And then, there's no flavor text. Oh no, this is flavor text for this. Yeah, they should have flavor text. Okay. Your whole life lies in front of you, before you're passing. Aim for your furthest dreams. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Oh, don't worry. We'll build you, Sexy, we'll build you Bug Mommy. And get you to Vanguard. I don't like how restricted the grade 3 is. Probably we would have more Valeno units in set 2, and that's not really a problem. Yeah, I don't like restricted units in general, especially in Overdress, because we're supposed to get away from that. That's just how it'd be. I'd make a bad Mario cosplayer proud. I just look up Passione. Passione, the order is just wait. Isn't this the order? Or oh, whoops. I read the wrong one. I thought that was the order. Never mind. Whoops. Scatter into my dreams. Okay, she does have Dream Blade, which is interesting. That doesn't really play a part into what she does, but okay. Would stop being a thing. I mean, R-types can be a thing. They don't have to be as restrictive, though. They can still be a thing. They just have to not be this restrictive. But yes, okay. So yeah, during your turn, if you have 3 or more with the same name, she gets, they all get 5k. So she gives herself 5k, which is sick, because she counts. So that's nice. I don't know why the other versions don't, but whatever. If you have 5 or more, then this gets a crit. I don't like that the other versions count, because if there's any like early game plays that require the Valeno name, you can't use it. So that's whack. But alright. So crit, 5k to board, pretty good. Then at the end of the battle that your unit was attacked, so it doesn't have to be her. So that's nice. And it was not hit. So if you played a blitz order or you guard or you did whatever they... Oh no, you have to play a blitz order. If a blitz order was played at that battle, okay, that kind of sucks. That has to be specifically a blitz order that battle. Okay, I thought this was just whenever, but you draw 1 and then you countercharge 1 if you did not countercharge. So you can countercharge and draw on your opponent's turn, which is interesting. It's not once per turn, so you can play... So you can technically draw 5, right? If you chain all 4 of the blitz and then play a 5th one on top of that, you can get 5 cards in hand. Pretty good. So you basically just keep drawing cards. You play a card, draw a card. So that's an even exchange. Not half bad. Great 2 text is aight. Your whole life lies in front of you before you're passing. Aim for your furthest dreams. Yeah. The other ones went a little harder. Blitz plus trigger guards, most everything. You do that to each attack. Barely spend any hand guarding. Essentially, yeah. Just don't throw 2 blitz at the same battle. Yeah, fair enough. I don't even think the deck CB that much. So yeah, the Antha is definitely an option. She's definitely an option. I don't know if you need it. But it does help you bring stuff back. But let's take a look at our first support card here, which is the common. This one I think was kind of
Meh. So this is Veleno Familia Meliel. When this unit is placed on rear, other than during the battle phase. Okay. So from hand or superior calling, as long as it's not from battle. If you have the... Interesting that it specifies this and not like Veleno by itself. But if you have Lascaria as your Vanguard, discard. Choose a card with different card name from this unit from your drop. Call it to rear. So this already calls stuff for you. So you don't really need... you don't really need the Antha. Call it to rear or get a blitz order back. So you can cycle this, right? Because it doesn't say oh no, it does say a different name. Okay, never mind. I just read that. So okay. It's like free in the sense that it doesn't cost resources other than hand, so that's kind of nice. You can discard a blitz order if your hand gets too clogged to get a unit back, or get another blitz order. So not bad. You can discard something, get a blitz, play the Antha, bring back the thing you discarded. Okay, it's pretty good for a common. That's pretty good. Veleno Familia Maliel. The Veleno group, those who do not rely on the law but are virtuous and chivalrous, they rule the city with their martial arts and wisdom. Martial arts? What the fuck? Okay. What city are they talking about? I thought Sarkea was just animals and Rora. Got a whole ass silly. Oh, okay. Fair enough. So this, yeah, so this is pretty good. So this is a 4 of easily. Pretty cute. Then we got ourselves our first rare here. They have cities. Yeah, oh, damn. I don't know shit about Italy or Sturkea, I guess. God, it's Bongo. That's what I was thinking originally when I read her name as Familia. I have to see if I can find some reborn sleeves or something like that. So I can sleeve this up. But we got Veleno Familia Fiore. When this unit is placed on rear, if you have a Vanguard with Lascaria in its card name, counterblast 1. Look at the top 5. So you capture 1 Veleno or Blitz Order, any Blitz Order, reveal it and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. It's kind of silly that the grade 1 says grade 2 or greater, but everything else doesn't give a fuck. Everything else lets you search out any Blitz Order, so that's kind of silly. Okay, so this on plays CB1 top 5, add archetype or Blitz Order to hand, right? Okay, so that's pretty good. So you can get Persona Ride. You can basically, it's basically look at top 5, add a card, right? Because your whole deck is gonna be this and Blitz Orders, right? So unless you just get 5 triggers, which will happen, you should basically always plus from this. So this is really good. It's a grade 1, so that's fair. Veleno Familia Fiore. Okay. Let's go collect the protection fee. Protection fee? Oh, I guess because they're a mob. Okay. Interesting. She makes me want to run on draws. Yeah. Just need another grade 1. Yeah. She's pretty good. And then she gets +2. Ooh, she's a 15k booster. She's a 15. So early game, she's a 10k. She's a Marin. Ooh, I like that a lot. She's a Marin because she's always +2 because you always have this name, right? Yeah, you always have Lascaria as your name, so she's always +2k. So you can make 2 columns of her and they become 20 on turn 2. You can hit, rush, hit over a defensive. That's really good. I like that a lot. But then on grade 3, she becomes +2 and then +5 if you have, you know, the sufficient board. So she's a 15k booster. Ooh, that's a nice little rare right there. Pardon me in advance for the next card. Oh boy. Here comes a Veleno Caporegime Erfose. Wood. Oh man. I guess he's technically like, I was gonna say, I guess he's technically topless, right? And these are abs, right? Oh, fair enough. I guess you can get it. Veleno Caporegime Erfose. Young lady, you are a forgotten memento of your predecessor. I will protect you until your 17th birthday. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. 17th birthday. Ruh-roh. Hold up. Never mind. She's not a baddie. She's not a baddie. She bad at maybe her high school grades, bro. What do you mean till she's 17? Oh man, why they always gotta do that? Man. All right, I rescind any statements I have said. But that's fine. So this guy says this is the one that everyone's been talking about. This is the double rare. They did not get a triple rare. That's interesting. I feel like dolls, direful dolls got more cards. 2, it's probably because of the promo, the blitz order. That's probably why it feels like less cards. 2, I thought they got another triple, but maybe not. Maybe it's a double actually. So that's interesting. Presume 17 is when she can take over the Bug Mafia. Yeah, probably a triple R next set. Yeah, definitely. That's interesting. Direful Doll is looking kind of rough next set though, because the new Dark States deck is gonna be revealed or premiere that set, so who knows if they're getting anything, but we'll see. But all right, so this guy says once per turn at the end of the battle that your grade 3 or greater with Lascaria in his card name attacked, if your Vanguard's grade 3 or greater, if your opponent's Vanguard grade 3 or greater, so it's locked to going second. You have a strong going second play, which maybe isn't so bad because this is like a really defensive deck, so maybe that's fine. So that locks you out from being super aggressive and then being super defensive, right? So okay, fair enough. So this is where you use your CB. You can CB 1, and if you have 3 or more, so you just need 1 other unit, right? So this is a really stupid requirement. This is unnecessary. This is just them just making so you can't play this in other decks, because it just says if you have 3 or more units with Veleno in their card name. He is 1, the Vanguard is 2, so you literally just need 1 other card, which could be another copy of this guy. But they just don't want you to play this in other decks because they want you to be boring and only play the decks how they want you to. So then this gets 5k power. Actually, no, you can stand this and then it gets 5k power for this. Okay, that's interesting. But you just can't play it because of this, so never mind. Same for her. Zorka's next set. That's true, yeah. Dolls didn't get an additional triple R. Zorfa. I love hearing Zorfa twice. Then they say ZBD2, including 6 new ride lines, including 2 faded ones, so we have space. Did they say that? Where did they? I'd never heard them say that there's 6 new ride lines for that set specifically. I know there's 6 total from the 2 that are carried over, right, and the 4 in this set, but I don't know how I feel about 6 brand new lines. I know we know 2 of them, but I'm never against new ride lines as long as everyone's getting supported. We're starting to get to that point where not everyone's getting supported. A whole 6, like, unless they're all this is starting to turn into like lyrical or something like that. But all right, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they did the kind of thing where it's like they have what they always do, right? It's like the divines, the anime characters, right? Boom, they get theirs, and then there's the set 1 homies, right? So it's like for overdress comparison, it's like Eugene, Barrow, Hexorb, Orpheus, even though he's a fucker and he's an anime guy. Zorga, even though he's also a fucker and he's an anime guy, right? They had those 5, so they had 2 for each. So they might do that kind of thing again, where now we have, you know, a new Sturkea and a new Dark States line. So next we might get a new Dragon Empire, a new Keter, a new Brant, and a new lyrical line, possibly. So that would kind of make sense. And we'll have, you know, Team Anime 6 and Team We're Gonna Forget About You because you're just Jobber and Bushi hates you. So then we'll have Cyclers in the next set. I mean, that could be possible. Quick start decks, triple R support, please. Flagberg, please. Crumb, please. Solar might be a better example. Not that one guy, but very neglected. I mean, yeah, but I just mean in terms of them doing like 2 ride lines for 1 nation at once, like at the beginning of a season, like they did with Overdress. And then there's the local card that no one cares about because it's not a bug. What do you mean no one cares about it? I forgot to open it. What do you mean no one cares about it? I totally remembered about it. So yeah, so this is Dazzle Bubble Paradise Precia. This is, I think, okay, right? Because it has the same thing. CB1 Energy Blast 3 to discard or when discarding for ride or guarding to draw a card. And then if you Persona Road, when play CB or Energy Blast 3, CB1 Energy Blast 3, choose a unit, it gets 5k, and if you did, return that unit to the hand at the end of the turn. That's kind of sick. For Lyrical specifically, this is really good. Lock to Persona, which is what I hate about these cards, that these are like basic effects that I feel like these decks could use, these nations could use access to early, especially like the decks that could need the support, but it's fine. This is pretty good. So that's pretty good. So what do we think about bugs so far? What do we... Overall, it seems like everyone's a fan. I was a bit hesitant at first because I didn't like that you were... It seemed like you really needed that Blitz order, but you can search it out really easily and it's really generic, so it gets points for that. I like the fact that they've been following the like Gandiva model, where they release out the whole deck for you to play in one set. So that's kind of nice, because this is really everything you need for the deck. For an extent, you just need like maybe 4 of one other Blitz order, like X-Set, and you'll be good to go. Sorry, I have some blueberries. And this deck does a lot. It's like Direful Dolls, where they both do a lot. You got a Resander, you got you can plus, you got a strong booster, you got more plussing, you got defensive plus, cool mechanic, you got crit on Vanguard. Pretty good. The only thing I will say this deck is lacking is power. And the fact that it is locked to its own name is gonna hurt it, I think. Granted, maybe I'm over exaggerating. So let's think about this. So everyone gets +5, right? And this is becoming a 15k booster. So like this plus this girl is what? Is 30? Altogether, that's solid. So that's solid numbers. This plus this fella is 28. Plus another 5 is 33. Plus another 5 after he attacks if you don't boost with it is 38. So alright, maybe numbers wise they're doing okay. Maybe they're doing alright. So yeah, no, maybe they're okay power wise. They don't hit anything crazy, but they hit good numbers. That seems pretty good to me. Assuming again you boost with this, right? So they probably need, yeah, one more good booster. One more good grade 2, and they'll be good to go. I would not be surprised if the card of the day they reveal later on is for them, but we'll see. Maybe not, because it's kind of like the model that they've been following lately, where it's like ride line, right? Ride line, sometimes in order. If not in order, you get a unit, and you get 1, 2, 3 units, 1 of each rarity. Sometimes this is a unit. So it's the same model they did for Olden. I'm pretty sure they did it for Gandiva. They did it for Solarian on their first wave of support. I'm pretty sure they did it for Direful Dolls also, which we'll take a look at after this. So maybe this is it for the deck. So that leaves you with what? 4, 8, 12, 16. Trying to sneeze. 20. Plus PGs is 24. 25, 26, 27, 27 plus 16 is 37, 38. So it leaves you with 12 spots. Did I do the math wrong? Oh, 8 slots? Oh, maybe I did the math wrong. Would be a cheap alternative to Vash Blonde, since it was only able to grab 2 copies for your tier deck, but she only works for Kyrie. She doesn't only work, she works for any lyrical deck, to be honest. Being able to just bounce, especially for Tia, that card is good in Tia also. She doesn't have the friend's name, but you can bounce it back to hand, any of your cards, so they don't get retired, so you can actually protect them. So that's pretty nice. How many Blitz orders would you run? 7 to 8 copies, 4 of the order. Yeah, I guess you can play a Transfer. I don't know. Bloom Bloods Blossom Buds is the card from set 13. I don't know why everyone thinks that card's good. I think that one's kind of ass. Because it doesn't really do much for the deck. But you'd probably be better off. I mean, I don't know. I guess it is free. But I feel like the Honeybee one is better, especially because this deck doesn't use Soul. With the Regalis piece for Misty Arc Habitat, I guess. You kind of need it here. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely use it here. Kind of 11 slots to work with. Okay. So yeah, and the thing is that like that kind of has to go to like blitz orders or like, I don't know what it would go into, right? Because you really can't play anything else, right? You need a specific named card. So, not gonna lie, I don't even know if I want Transfer in this after I look at it. How come? Transfer is pretty good. You can search it out. Your opponent over triggers, you're like, nope, eat ass. I always want to make hallucinatory. I always want to make hallucinatory Morphle the cycler work. And Mantle actually did just that. Yet after the reveal, she went from 20 cents to $7 plus. You also don't. You can play her. She has 2 skills that are decent. Because you can search out anything. And also she gets 10k power. That is not how you spell that. Right? Yeah, I fucked up. Because there's I have to go clip it. I have to see if I can find the clip. But there's a stream where I looked at this and I was like, oh shit, she's like $4 or $7. I was like, okay. But after the stream or after I get paid, I'm gonna go buy these so I can have 4 of these. And I think I specifically said like, oh yeah, this might be good one day and we'll have it or whatever. And I fucking did it, and now she's all gone. She's gonna be up tomorrow for like 50 fucking bucks. Rip. Water popular, but not like this. Yeah. She's like a 2 of at best. Yeah, she doesn't really do too much for the deck. The fact that she gets the power is decent because actually it's not. It doesn't matter early game because this is only when you ride the grade 2. Okay, yeah, no, because it's only when you ride the grade 2. So you have the blitz order in hand. So this doesn't really help get a blitz order and drop for her skill. For either of her skill. You can Soul Blast to get 10k, which is decent, but unless you play like Ghost Chase or something early game and then go into this, then it's kind of nice for some early aggro play. Then the fact that she has to CB1 bind herself, then you can search for a blitz or a normal order if you play that. That's okay, but you get 2 of them from this, right? You get 2 chances from it from this. And then each one of these gets you it. Or card. I feel like this is better. Since you have the space, you can just run her for the sake of running her. But like, I feel like your in-engine stuff is fine. But in general, I don't know what that would go to. What the rest of your deck would go to. Because if we go to blitz orders, I don't think this is great. Because of the fact that you need 2 or more grade 1 or less. You might have that in the deck, maybe not. You only have 1 grade 1 in the whole deck. Right? So I don't know how playable this really is, to be honest. This I think is playable, definitely, right? Because you have the soul to use it. It's going to be 25k shield every single turn, right? Because you have blitz orders out the wazoo. This is unplayable. This is kind of playable. Originally my head immediately went to this, but this might not be because you're not playing as many different orders in the deck. So this might at best be like a 15k shield, but it's still Soul Blast draw 15k. I don't know. You can definitely play that. A lot of people have been talking about this. I don't know why you want a CB1 to lose 1 crit for 1 battle. That doesn't sound good to me. I know you see you countercharge, but like that's too much. Especially when this, I would rather use my CB on this or on this guy. I don't want to use CB2 on this. That seems like way too much. Way too much. I don't know about that.
Might try Forbidden Doll with a single copy of Inland Pulse. You fold like a pretzel. For me too. Also, if you don't see the restanding grade 3. Yeah, I was considering that also. There's a couple of other grade 3s you can give a shot, but yeah, Evergreen makes the most sense. I can see Forbidden Doll seeing plays just so you can get that out there, because you can just play because once you have it in play, you can just use this to get it back, right? So that's okay. Making it that deck. This version? Okay. I don't know. There's a lot of weight to it. I feel like you're better off just playing 4 of this and 4 of the New Order. I don't know if Ghost Chase really does anything for you. You get to cycle out the grade 1, which is kind of nice. It sucks they don't get any shield. That would have been kind of nice, right? Because like the Direful Dolls get shield, but these cards don't. Obviously this, right? And yeah, Forbidden Doll is looking nice. I've just been so hesitant to build around Forbidden Doll because of the fact that it's so expensive that I don't even want to consider it as an option. Something else you can play is, of course, you know, the Misty Habitat. But there's also this. You can technically play Gather Upon Me, You Wandering Souls, because you have a lot of Blitz in hand. And this powers up. If you play the Abolishment, right, it'll work. It also powers up this if you discard it for a Blitz. And that gives you a Vanguard with triple drive and a crit. That's pretty good. That's pretty good to me. So this isn't a horrible option, I don't think. Not this guy, but this is kind of interesting because you bind itself and you get 2 orders and put them to your hand. You can get 2 Blitz back for CB1. That's not half bad, to be honest. You can get back the one that lets you play an extra one and something else. Pretty good. We talked about Nectar of Sensationalism. This I have to test and see if the deck goes through enough to fill up the drop for it. I don't know. That's kind of about it, to be honest, in terms of normal orders. Excuse me, that I can see being playable. I mean, a lot of them are playable, like, you know, this, the Golden Magnolia order, stuff like that, but like if it's actually worth it for the deck is a different story. So, but yep, that's been bugs. Let's see. Let's pray to whatever god that maybe it's in CFA. I'm sure Ek is gonna ruin the surprise and 3, 2, 1, but please let us play with the bug teenager. Nope. Okay. I'm sorry, bug friends. We are unable to test, which is really messing up my steez. Maybe not that stance. It's really messing up my steez lately that I can't. Oh, now it stays. That I can't test out the stuff as soon as it comes out the same night, which I know sounds like an entitled ass thing to say, but it's just the thing that we used to be able to do on the stream the whole time, right? Something comes out, test it that same day. That was dope. I built this whole stream around the fact that I can stream on Tuesdays. Reveals happen on Tuesdays. I can talk about them and then play it. And now it's kind of like I just talk about it and it's just like, that's great. Anyways, here's the shit from last week. My check your printer levels. I feel like there's a way I can add cards to CFA. So honestly, maybe I'll do that next time, where I'll just like proxy in the cards if they're not there, which they most likely will not be. But for next time, I'll see if I can give that a shot. Because we already have the translations and the images, so you don't really need anything else unless it's like a specific mechanic. But even then, we could just fudge it, so that's fine. But all right, we'll switch over from bugs to dolls. We got Direful Dolls last week. talked about it a bit. I played it, play tested it a bit. Here's the build that I have so far. Yeah, here's the build that I have so far. It's basically 4 of every doll, including the stuff from the ride line, and then only 3 of this just to make space for some stuff like the Schwartz Sparta. Excuse me. Who lets you put your triggers into bind zone, and then your triggers get plus 5k, so they're 20k shield, which is pretty sick. And then this to just get Persona Ride, which I don't know how I feel about this. I might end up cutting this for another Sparta or something, but we'll see. Is there any existing Direful dolls worth considering? No. The only Direful dolls that are worth it, the only Direful doll that's worth it is the triggers, for one. But the only one that was worth it is Simone. That's it. And she's kind of tough to use because you empty out your soul to the point where I originally tried testing with her, and there were just too many times where I just didn't have enough soul to actually have 5 in soul because I would just move around so much stuff. So her requirement to need 5 cards in soul is kind of obnoxious for the deck a bit because of the fact that he calls out 3. So you have to have 8 cards in soul essentially, and that's a lot for this deck. Plus the CB gets clogged up with the fact that this needs CB and this needs CB. So it's kind of rough. Everything else is really not useful. You'll never get 10 soul and you don't soul charge. So Man 9 is not really useful. Same thing, you won't have 10 soul, and why would you CB1 to call 1 when you can CB1 to call 3? This is just CB2 draw 1. This is CB1 draw 1. Do other stuff also. These two, I wanted them to really work, but there was just never a situation where I wanted to call these two instead of literally anything else in the deck. Even just the ride line, I would much rather call the ride line than these two. So, do you have CB or soul problems in this deck? All right. I was gonna check if I keep trying to check if there are ads playing, just so I can keep that in mind. Sometimes I can skip it. Sometimes I can catch it when it happens and maybe wait until it ends or whatever. But I got demonetized recently, which was kind of lame, because I have to verify my identity, and the AdSense people just hate my passport, and they keep saying that it like sucks ass. I've sent it to them like 5 times. I'm like, no, that's not good. So I have to wait until I get my new driver's license so that I can get my monetization back. But there is some CB, so it has the same issue with. It's basically literally how I've been playing Lukier, but the thing is that you need CB every single turn to use this. So you kind of put yourself in a situation where you take 1 damage every single turn, you know, to try and have the CB to use this effect. It's not as mandatory, to be honest. So Lukia, you have to call cards out from soul specifically. For this, you can just call stuff out from your hand. You just don't want to. But then the only other thing that uses CB is this girl, which is good, because she lets you draw. She gets 10k, and on place, she puts something into the soul, which is really nice. So, dropping all my blueberries all over the floor. So this is the build that I'm gonna play with. I did not use the cycler, the new cycler, because I would rather use my energy on the double rare. This girl. I would much rather use my energy on her. So I'm not playing this. Instead, I'm playing Laminia, because you can very easily Soul Blast 1 and put that back into Soul eventually. So Laminia is actually way better for this deck. The second skill is way better for, for the new cycler is way better for the deck, because the booster would be nice. Laminia's skill here to CB1 call 1 you don't really care about, so it's really just a discard. So this might go down to 3. I don't know, maybe I'll do like 3, 4, something like that. This might be the list. I'm gonna try out this, though I don't know if it'll come up as much. Honestly, it might not even come up as much. We're just gonna do this. We're just gonna do this, honestly. And this will be basically, I think, the final list. Cannot wait to get this crit. She looks really cute. But these two are a must because they have Direful Doll name, and it works really well with this, as well as any of these girls, right? To let you bind stuff or put into soul even. We do not have. We might have a draw. I don't think we do actually. I've checked. Oh no, we do have a heal trigger, but we already have a heal trigger. Even though this one fits a little bit more aesthetically, but yeah, that's them. So far I always try to cram 2 copies of Zargon and Brainwash Twirler to my Dark State set. Well, Brainwash Twirler does nothing in this deck, unfortunately, because this deck doesn't soul charge, so it will just only get power from itself, but you benefit better for just playing your own cards. Zargon you don't need because this deck Zargons itself already, because it already has cards that say on plays put 2 cards into soul and stuff like that, so you don't need either of those. I was considering maybe putting in like a clean sweep, maybe for some removal, but again, you don't really have the CB like that. So what this deck really needs is a counter charger, and this deck would be solid, and you can play a couple of more options to mess around with. So I want to try and get in some games, but before I do that, I do want to build one more deck. Please just stay. There we go. So that is Arnold. That is Direful Dolls, right? We have Lyrical 4 coming out this Friday. So I gotta prepare for that a bit. So I have Herminia here. Once it loads. I guess while that happens, I'll go find another song maybe. Close this. I haven't heard this in a while. Heard Lyrical? Oh, yeah. So we got Herminia. Got a beautiful mat. I can show you guys the mat. I can do that. Let's do that. Alright, so except on a blueberry, that's fine. There was a lyrical tournament that I was a part of that I helped somewhat help organize. I mainly did the judging, I guess. And for that tournament, the winners, they got a beautiful mat that looks like this. Is Herminia, but you know, Halloween themed. It looks amazing. It looks great. I've always liked Herminia. I know Herminia is kind of Zen's thing, but I always really liked Herminia, and she's kind of fucking good this set. So I'm definitely gonna be playing this. Your Charmotte split comes tomorrow. I got a whole ass case. How are you getting your card before I get my case? What the hell? What the heck, Rooney? That's not right. But yeah, this deck is really... I really like the deck. It's always been the kind of deck that's like, you can't just like play it, like turn off brain, play the deck. This, in my opinion, Herminia is like one of the most complex and most difficult decks to play in all of Standard. In my honest opinion. Because you can't just be like, oh yeah, play card. Oh, lols. It don't work like that. You gotta sequence things. You gotta make sure you don't fucking have CB and all this nonsense. But the deck is really good now because this lets you stand your whole front row, and this lets you draw cards, and this gets really big, and this has drive checks. So it has a lot going for it. But the other deck that I wanted to playtest is an old stream favorite that I'm sure you guys are gonna moan and groan once I click on the starter,
But before I do that, does anyone want to take a guess what deck I'm gonna play test for Lyrical 4? That is a stream favorite. Would have like Fish Zorga. If the deck didn't suck, who's Fish Zorga? Wait, you're not running Dress Up Herminia in the ride deck? No. Sienna? That's another deck that I really want to build. For this set. Where is Herminia? Herminia. Here we go. Now I'm running the original one because this doesn't do anything. I might end up switching it out, but I'm running the original one because this doesn't do anything until you have 3 or more cards. So until you get your ass blown out, her first effect to make everything free doesn't activate. Whereas like this instantly activates as long as you don't have any face-up cards, but it's only for 1 card. So I figured I can go into this, you know, not get my ass blown out, bent over, and then go into this afterwards. And then just in general, because the deck needs more persona rights, right? But I'll probably end up changing my mind. We'll see. New deck. No. The deck that I want to playtest, I already have a list that I built yesterday. And then spoiler alert, the next fight video for the channel is going to be Herminia versus, once I spot, Medio. Freaking Medio. Because Medio got some pretty kind of insane support. Kind of the stuff that I've been asking for the deck for a while. I do want to do Sienna. I want to do Charlotte also. But I don't know what's a good matchup for Charlotte, because I don't think I can do any of the lyrical girls, because she's kind of a bit strong. But that's definitely a deck profiling fight video I want to do for the channel. I need the... where are you? Ballista grade 2. And then we're gonna go to the middle somewhere for grade 3s. And we're gonna grab ourselves the little panda girl. There we go, Medio. So we're gonna play 4 copies of that. The list that I have plays 1 copy of the best card, Ingrid, best girl. And then 2 copies of this girl. I'm trying really hard not to put Forbidden in this deck, but it actually doesn't make sense because you want to call them from drop, so it doesn't really matter. We have to play 4 of these. We have to play 1 copy of this, 4 copies of this, I think, 3 copies of this, 4 copies of Phyllis. For the PG, we're gonna do the cat girl. Not Braincate. I was trying to do Cray. I don't know why I went to Braincate. My brain. Actually, no. We don't want to play this PG. Fuck that. We want to do this because we need normal units. And I'm not about to play CB2 to reveal this and do nothing. So that can go to hell. And then we need the new grade 2 for the deck that's really insane, which is not you. You? Yes, you're insane. And then there's the grade 1 that I'm probably gonna take out of the deck, honestly. She's cute, but she costs too much. CB1 CB1 Soul Blast 1 in a deck that already CBs 2? No. For the trigger lineup, it's kind of funky. We're so positive. Yep, that's our ray of sunshine. We're gonna play 4 of this. Normal heals. We are going to play, I think it was 4 of this, 4 of this, and then I ended up playing, I think the new crit is what I have on my list, cause, oh, oh, she's so cute. Look at the little bird. Look at the little bird. this one, 3 of this. Oh yeah, 3 of this. We're gonna play the Lyrical Overtrigger, because I think that's better. And 2 cards that I'm missing. What am I missing? I don't know, actually. That's kind of the whole list. Whoops. What could I possibly be missing? Specialty are redeemed. Thank the Lord. Medio is one of the few lyrical decks. I'm not sure what her game plan is. You guys mind enlightening me a bit? Sure thing. So Medial is kind of the best of decks and kind of the worst of decks. She has this insane cost, CB2. You look at the top card of your deck, and depending on the type, you get to do something. They both let you call a unit, but if you reveal it and it's a normal unit, you put that card to your hand, then you call something from drop, it gets a crit. That's the effect you want. If it's a trigger, you countercharge, which is alright. Then you choose a card from your drop and you call to rear, no crit. What you really want to do is you want to call this Flower Girl with Medial, because she says when she's placed from Medial's skill, at the end of the battle that Medial attacks, you Soul Blast 1, restand her. So what you want to do for the game plan is you want to reveal a normal unit, play this from drop, she gets a crit, swing with swing with your quit twice. Then you have all this insane support to make CB2 Soul Blast 1 viable, where you have the Phyllis here, who says Soul Blast 2, change her cost to be CB1 instead. But then it becomes CB1 Soul Blast 3. Then we also have this girl, the promo, that says if you have a Medial or Hazard, whenever you reveal a card, it becomes, or just your whole deck for the end of the turn, it's worded really weird, but your whole deck, whenever you play this, the turn you play this, it becomes, which I still don't agree with the people that said this, that it's like until the end of the turn, but whatever. Because you continue skill, should've just made it auto. But, it makes your whole deck of triggers normal units. So now, if you reveal a trigger, you can add it to hand, which might suck, but you get the shield value, and then you don't countercharge, but you give something a crit always. Now, in Lyrical 4, we have this girl, Noelle, who's insane, because she just says you put her to soul, and then when your Vanguard chooses a card from drop, you choose 2 instead of 1. So this is what the deck really needed, because before it was just swing with 1 card that has crit, and then your other column is just fucking garbage. Now you can easily call 2 of these, both swing with crit, and both swing with crit twice, right? The only problem is that now this is a Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast, what? 3? It's still Soul Blast 3. So it's Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 3 to hit with quits twice on 2 different rear guards, which is pretty solid. You can also just make it CB2 Soul Blast 2, which is okay. Which is why I'm playing stuff like fronts, because you already have the crits. I want to go back to 9 fronts, or I keep saying 9. 7 fronts, because you have no way to plus, so you need the draw triggers. So I'm thinking of playing like a bunch of fronts again. That's originally what I was playing this like. Just because it makes a lot more sense now. You can check the fronts, and they hit like crazy. So you can boost with them first, right? They get plus 5k with the crit. And then you check fronts, and it's just like boop, boop. So that's the game plan. But that's why I'm playing stuff like the Wallista line to get my pieces, but also to get soul. Is really the only reason I'm playing the Wallista line, because I get to put a card from hand to soul, and then the order goes to soul. So in that case, I would assume damage deny is a valid strategy against her. Yes, if you damage deny her, she's dead. Well, yes, she's dead. She can't do anything if she doesn't have at least 1 face-up counterblast. But that's why I'm playing this. I might play more copies of this, because this synergizes with the deck really well. Before, the issue with the deck was that you only ever wanted to call this card, because even though you had a really awesome option here, there is just no need, because you always wanted to call the restander with a crit than the girl that just one time has a guard restrict. But now you can call out both, right? You have the option to call out both. So now this means Ingrid is actually playable also. because Ingrid says whenever she's placed other than from hand, so if she's placed from drop, you countercharge 1. So now you have access to countercharge, which is really nice. And also she gets 5k when she attacks. She puts herself on the bottom of the deck, which is whatever, but you can very easily call this from drop, discard this early, have this get a crit when she comes back, and she countercharges for you. So if you play this, use Phyllis, bring this back, this becomes essentially what? Soul Blast 2? Soul Blast 2, no. Soul Blast 3, not even countercharge anymore, to just swing with rear guard, one of them having a crit twice. So, pretty good. This card, the one I'm not so sure about, I have a lot of grade 1s. I have no real way to rush, which kind of sucks because they all kind of don't do anything. Phyllis is okay. She gets +5 when you call something from drop. So that's okay. But it's a when. Oh, actually, hold up now. Because it's a when, she gets power twice. Oh, that's kind of sick. So Phyllis is actually really good now. She's going to be an 18k attacker or booster. So that's 18k plus this. You can choose. This might be the better option. I don't know. But now that if you play fronts, this is the better option because you can combo these two. So that's 28. This gets +5 if you're attacking a grade 3 or greater. So this is 33 with a crit. Then you can restand this and have it swing with a crit again. As opposed to this, where it just gives it 5k, makes it 20. But you can also have Phyllis as like a backup to attack. Does Medio get power again? Oh, no. You give Medio power. That's what it is. Okay, never mind. I feel like Fetcher Rosa, but I love Ingrid. Is the MVP in Kyrie and also now Medio. Yeah, she's like I love this card so much. So much. Since she was revealed, she's even my favorite card. I'm glad that she's really useful. Do you remember all of this? What the effects of them? I have struggled with this deck. This is like Magnolia 2. This is the deck that I've struggled the most to make work. So that's why I know all of the cards. This is one of the few lyrical decks that I know all the names for. Except for the new girls, because they're new. And then I don't like saying her name because I don't know how to say it. Oh, it just doesn't sound, it just doesn't come off the tongue as easily. But there's also this card that I want to replace, but there's no better option. So I have to check what it is that I'm missing. Because I built this last night and I had a full list, but I'm missing 2 cards here. But so I threw this in because I had a 3-card slot. Because this deck still has soul issues. And this is the only way to effectively get soul in this deck. I wanted like an extra something, right? Ideally what I want is something that I can use turn 2, maybe get some soul, but that would only be like the Kiss Girl that soul charges 2, and I don't know if I want to do that. Soul charging 2 wouldn't be horrible for the deck because you can just soul blast out whatever you soul charge and it goes into your drop. You can then bring that back with the skill, so it's not the worst thing in the world, right? It'll work out. Don't forget Ingrid in 7 attack, Ghost Kyrie from set 1. Yeah, Ghost Kyrie is one of the kind of jank cooking that we don't see anymore. Yeah, I remember I bought the booster. She was really expensive for a while, and then she went down, and I bought a billion copies of her. The Ghost Booster, her Ernesta, I hate her name. I bought a bunch of copies of her because I wanted to play Ghost Grade 4 Kyrie. Because I was like, yo, that sounds crazy, but never mind. It didn't really become a thing. So peace and line, but I've never felt smarter. Yeah. Yep, one can say the same about this deck, unfortunately. But let me take a look at what I'm missing. Oh, that's what I'm missing. Not that it's super viable, or I shouldn't say viable. Not that it super does anything. But I forgot about the gerbil. 2 of the gerbil. That's the card that I was missing. Hold on 1 second. Let me fall to the floor. I need to check on my PC real quick. Okay, all good. all good. Totally fine. I just have to always open up my PC to make sure it doesn't overheat. That's been working the past couple of streams, and it hasn't like overheated or shut down mid-stream or anything like that. We should be good. Anywho. So yeah, so this is the list. I might change a few things. Might get rid of one of these. Maybe play for Beta Doll. I don't know. This girl's really cute. Ugh, why is she a vanilla, bro? This is like the cutest. Come on, bro. Her hair, she got the bow. She got the book. She got the fucking, the leggings. Oh my god. How do you make this a vanilla? This is a crime. This is an absolute crime, bro. Top 10 most wasted card arts. Man. Oh, man. Alright. Anyways, so that is Medio. That is the list that I'm hoping will work. Let's save this. I forgot to name it the right way. Divines, Medio. There we go. So, alright. Let's do dolls real quick. Go back. Let's do a quick test hand. Now we'll test hand Medio and then see if maybe I can get a fight or two. So let's go ahead and shuffle. You guys will get very sick of this deck very soon because I will be playing it non-stop in 20 years when it comes out in English. So we're gonna put back this. We don't really need that many copies of this. You kind of don't want any direful dolls. I was gonna say desire dolls. You kind of don't want any of them in your hand, to be honest. I want to draw into the grade 2 from the ride line.
Or Lamenia, that works too.
That's pretty good there. That's a pretty good starting hand, right? So let's say we go first, draw for turn. I could just do Lamenia now. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do Lamenia. Ride, get Crust, Soul Blast. Put this in the bottom. Draw one. Pass turn, take one. Yikes. Draw. Okay. Okay. You kind of want to keep all of your direful dolls in hand. Discard everything else because you can put them into Soul. Is this the one? No. So we can drop this one. We'll ride into this. The grade 1 says, whoops, put on top of deck. Search your top 7, take 2 of them, put them into your Soul. We really want to see her. And we can put another copy of her, but I'll actually put the grade 3. Because the grade 3 is really useful. And then we'll call this girl out. She's dope. So she says, since you have a desired doll, oh my god, direful doll, I can put this into Soul, draw 1, and then both of them get plus 5k. Choose a Vanguard, and this unit, that unit get 5k, which is really nice. I can go ahead and play this here if I want to. So we can go ahead and swing here, get a crit. Nice. Crit power. This is going to be a nice hefty 33, or probably put the crit here, but you know what I mean. Pass turn. Get hit. Maybe guard. Stand, and should I have 3? I should probably have 6 right now. Yep. Draw. Here I think we'll actually discard this. Or ride. Skill to grade 2. She calls herself out, and then she does the same thing. Put this to Soul, draw 1. They both get 5k. This is useless right now because it's only going second. We went first in this scenario, so we can use Andal's skill. We counterblast 1, call up to 2. We have a couple of options. We can go for the multi-attack right away if we wanted to, or we can play it a little bit more defensively. Kind of depends. How many direful dolls do we have in drop? 1, 2, not a lot. But I kind of want to draw. In order to draw, I need to multi-attack, right? So we can call this, and then we can call her. And then we will go to battle. We could technically call this out here, but I'll save that in hand. Whoops, damn it. We'll save that in hand just in case I need to guard. So they're not grade 3 or greater, my opponent. Wait, when this unit attacks, yeah, it's not going to be grade 3 or greater, so she doesn't get the power. So we can go ahead and attack. If I have a grade 3 or greater, though, I can Energy Blast 3, bind her. I'm just going to put it there in the order zone because it's just easier. So then call one. For my soul with a different name. Right, and then she says on place, I can go ahead and take a doll and bind it, or put it to my soul. Put it into my soul. So we're gonna go ahead and put that into my soul. And this is what I meant by like Simona's not that great, because like I barely have enough soul to make this work. And then I can use this to swing in. I'm not sure what the best attack pattern is just yet, but we're gonna swing in with Vanguard first. Check and get nothing. We'll swing in here. This doesn't get power, but at the end of the battle that it boosts. I get to bind her. And then I choose 2 dolls to put into my soul. Let's go ahead and put this into my soul. And we'll actually put this into my soul. Or actually, no, I need to put this into my soul. Never mind. There's the grade 0. Leave that and drop. Alright. Then I can swing in here. She says if I have the grade 3, I can get 10k. Whoops. Whoops. She can get 10k. What is happening? Get plus 10. And then swing in here. There we go. And then at the end of the battle, I can CB1, bind her, draw 1. So even though she's a grade 3, she actually gets a shield value because Andol says anything. You can guard from anything in your bind zone when he's being attacked specifically, and they all get plus 5k. So we can go end our turn here. We need the 1 counter blast. I have a pretty decent hand, right? So that's the one thing I like about it. I have a decent hand. I have everything I need from my soul to call out to attack with, right? Because I can very easily even recycle it in terms of like I can guard with this, which then lets me put something back into my soul when she's put on guard in circle. So I can guard with this first, then with this, and this is when she's in drop, put it into soul, right? So I can go like guard here, this goes to drop, then guard here. This says when this goes to, when it's placed on soul on rear guardian, put 1 into soul, and she goes. We need the 1 damage here, so we can counter blast next turn. We can take 2 maybe, and then I can very easily, you know, let's say guard the last big swing here, and then start our turn. You kind of need Persona Ride for the deck, to be honest. You hit kind of meh. You hit okay, but you can definitely hit a lot better. This girl is gonna help me hit a lot better right now. So now what I can do is do I don't have the grade 3, which is a bit unfortunate. I can do a couple of things here. It's like cards forever, kinda, yeah. They're on grade 3. I was hoping to get double this, but I have no way to do that right now, unfortunately, because I don't have another copy of the grade 3. And I like that it's not like Lugia where it's restricted to the grades or anything like that. I could just literally just call whatever the hell I want, which is really nice. So we're gonna call 2 of the grade 2s because we have that live, and this just binds itself, right? Okay, we'll call this, and then now he gets +1 drive because I called 3. We can go ahead and call this to help him boost, and then we can use this skill here to bind this. I don't really have anything good in my soul to call out, but that's fine. Oh no, I can't do it. That would have been cool if I could have called this out, but I have no way to really do that. So I bound a Direful Dome, but since I bound specifically a trigger, this girl gets plus 10k power. I probably could have put it behind here, but this is probably a little bit better. I don't have Persona Ride, which really sucks, but I can go ahead and swing in here. This time I do get the power up effect, so it's going to be 20, and then I can Energy Blast 3 here, bind her, and I can call this out. She then says put something to soul, draw 1. That's fine. They both get plus 5. I can swing in here. Unfortunately, I can't call out the same card. Whoops. Energy Blast 3, bind her. So I have to call out the grade 1 here, but the grade 1 says whenever she attacks or boosts, she gets plus 5. So that's pretty sick. So you can swing here with Van. First check, second check, get a crit. Power here, crit here. Third check, nothing. We can go ahead and swing. This is power up. I mean, technically it's plus 10. Because it's from both of them, yeah. This is going to be 36. Then it says we bind them both. And then now this goes, and this is 33 with a crit. Had I hit Persona Ride, it would have been a really good number, but oh well. And then we end our turn, and we have ourselves a really solid hand, to be honest. We're at 4, but that's okay. We have 2 PGs, 2 triggers, a draw. We have 20k shield. We can only use 1. And then we have each of these, which is plus 5. This is 15k because she is plus 5 on her own. She's 5 base, and then Endo gives her 5. So this is 15k shield. This is 20k shield. This is, you know, just 10k shield, 10k shield. This is 10k shield, this is 10k shield. So I should not be dying with this at all. I should at most take 1 damage, right? And then next turn draw into not Persona Ride. And I don't have the strongest turns without Persona Ride, which is the one weakness of this. But defensively the deck is solid. Offensively the deck is good. It's literally Heroes but in dark states, but it's way more consistent, way less piece reliant, and the power gap is just slightly higher than Heroes, but it doesn't thin as much as Heroes. Whenever I do Maggie versus Dolls, the game takes forever. Almost deck out. Dolls usually win because multi-attack doesn't go well against Doll. Doll doesn't go well against Doll. I'll be honest, this is only into this music for 17 minutes. What's back in there? Sure thing. This is from... This is the one I always make fun of. I swear, this is just what it is. Here's the link. The song is from Bomberman Hero. It is called Fatadic. Oh, so oftentimes I'll just be like, oh yeah, let's listen to some Fatadic. But yeah, that's the name of the song. I love this game. The soundtrack is awesome. It is indeed Fatadic. So when you said that, yeah, I was just like, oh right, that's that song. So you're very welcome. All those 20k shields from Bind against your 25k attacks. You can guess how it ends, yeah. Yep. The deck doesn't plus insanely well. It only pluses by virtue of not playing cards from hand, but the deck is insanely good. I can see it not being the best deck, but I think the deck is really, really good. Honestly. The only thing I need is more ways to put my crits into Soul, ironically. Because I always want to put my Dolls in Soul. But I think that's just how it's going to be, now that I know. That's just how it's going to be. Until I get a better handle of what specifically I want in Soul. and I get a little more experience with the deck. But let's just do a playtest of Zargon. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could put in Zargon, but I don't really have the space for that. You really only have space for 2 cards. That's why I think it's kind of funny that the Bugs is like has so many slots, because of the fact that Andal has maybe not, because I'm playing with Media. Okay, that's why. So this really has 7 slots, 9 slots if you take out the thing. Okay, so never mind. My deck is basically entirely dolls. I just happen to have generics for the rest of the slots, minus this, right? But I don't know if Zargon is really worth it. Just bind triggers with 1 card I have in the deck going second, so I don't know. I'm playing dolls again. Whoops. As much as I would love to do that. I keep dropping my blueberries and then closing my legs to try and catch them, and then I keep muting the music. That's where the sound thing for my headset is. But Medio. I wanted to test Medio a little bit. For oranges, I do too. She's a great streamer and content creator, one of my favorites of all time, and a very good friend. But if I if I had to put something in my mouth, it would probably be blueberries instead. Currently, you don't have to watch this now, but what is this video? Oh my god! Thank you. I completely forgot about that. I wanted to talk about that. I was just like, what is happening? I saw that this morning randomly. I didn't realize that was where we're talking, but I was just so confused because it's in Japanese, so I had no idea what's going on, obviously, and there's no subtitles. But I just don't understand, like, what is this? Why did it come out today? What do they mean by that? What do you mean you're just gonna randomly? Because it looked like it was just summarizing the Cray Cross Epic cards and stuff, but I was just like, why? Why would you do that now? And it didn't even show like any of the newer cards, I think. I was just like, huh? Maybe they're pushing Cray Cross Epic sucks so people don't think it's over. Yeah. That's what I thought originally. It was like, oh, okay, they're saying like the lore is growing, but I couldn't get that from the video. So, and then they just showed like the basic stuff, and I'm just like, this tells me nothing. And then it did a sizzle reel at the end. I guess we can just play it rather than me pantomiming and explaining things. I'm never gonna be able to find it. I have to, because the Japanese Vanguard channel. Card fight? Not cat fight. Card fight? Community? What the hell is that? Is that the white? Oh no, who's that? Ina. Inia. Anyways, that's not relevant. Go back. I was hoping they would post about it, but alright, I have to switch my other YouTube account. And then I have to go to oh, here it is. I just say that they're live. Not live. Why are you lying to me? This stuff. Pause. So I don't get got. That there. And then this one and this one. So I don't understand this at all. It just randomly came up. I don't know Japanese, right? Just mind my damn business after they revealed bugs, and then this gets uploaded, and it's just like, from what I can ascertain, it's like telling the story, I guess, of them. And it just shows them all. And I guess it looks like their ideals or something like that, because I know, like, what's Eiga again? I forgot what Eiga is. That's justice, right? So I guess that's like what they stand for. I don't know what Roro's was. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't remember that word. That I know that's justice. Shishiki. Research? I think that's research. I forgot what Eiga is. Is that like knowledge? I don't remember what Eiga is. You're selling your war stuff. You need Leonard stuff. Or no? This Yume is dream. I know that much. And these motherfuckers don't get anything. This is the part that confused me the most, right? It's like, oh yeah, this and that, and then they show fucking chaos, and it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Just fuck this guy. They don't stand for anything. Yeah, including Michu was interesting, which makes sense now, right? Because of the fact that if we get, let's say, Cray Cross Epic set 5 or whatever, she'll actually be in that set and she'll actually get support, which is really cool because she's now officially part of the group. And not lore wise, but the fact that they are all in one set, which is nice, right? And it's like introducing them, but it's all like the set 5 stuff, which is the weird part. Like, why is this coming out now? Right? It's all the first wave stuff, so it's kind of like, what's going on here? Bots? Bot? It dolls. What if Arnold has anything to do with Tamayura? That'd be interesting, considering, but probably not. And then like they don't use the this is like they don't use the card art, which is funny. Cause the other ones, it was like the actual card art that he used for them, and then this is like the promotional art, right? That was the part that was kind of strange. They don't even introduce Nokura as a mermaid, they just breeze past her, yeah. Very strange. I don't even think. Okay, there we go. I guess they talk about him here, but I don't know what's up here. No, I don't have arts to match there. Yeah. But, and then they show all the newer stuff. It's just funny that they just didn't show that art, but oh well. Like, what is the... I don't know. One day Chaos will work. Chaos already works. I don't know what you mean, bro. Chaos been work. He just doesn't work in English because we don't have those triggers. Yeah, so I don't know what that was about. I saw it this morning and I was just confused and I wanted to tweet about it, but I didn't. I was just tweeting about other dumb shit. Yeah, exactly. Unless you pay like $500 to get the alt art cycler things because they count as 2 names and that's the closest thing we'll get. We can play some more Fat Dick. But yeah, let's do a little bit of medical testing. Cool, awesome hand. We're gonna do that. Alright, that's a little bit better. So you're gonna draw. We're gonna discard this for later. We're gonna ride into this, get our crest. Pass turn, get bopped. Oof, that kind of sucks. Stand and draw. It's always I'm getting flashbacks to back in the day when I would play
Willista.
So I guess we'll put this to drop. We'll ride into Willista. We'll search for the order that I surely put in the deck and did not forget. Right? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
By putting this into Soul. Alright, and then we'll play the order, which goes to Soul, and I draw. She gets 5k, and then she lets me draw again. Those were probably the worst possible draws, but it might work out. Swinging. Check a front. Cool. I love my front row with fronts. So maybe I have to play crits because I don't have a front row. I don't know. End turn on that. We'll take one. Wow. Get a defensive. Get another crit? Okay. Jesus Christ. I guess we discard the crit. Ride. No skill. Can't do jack shit. Cannot do jack shit because all I got was triggers, which is a bit unfortunate. I can do this. Put this in, so look at the top card. Put it in the top or bottom, and I put it in bottom. If I put it in bottom, choose someone and give it 5k. Okay. So look at the top card. It's a unit. I guess we leave that on top. And I use the skill here. CB1. Reveal. Add this to hand. I can call this maybe a counter charge. Because I'm not going to really hit with a lot of power this turn, to be honest. Yeah, maybe that's the play. Yeah, because I have a lot of shield value. So this will counter charge. She gets a crit. Whoops, I give her 5k. She gets a crit. She does get 5k, but not yet. So we'll swing here, check. Give her a draw, check, swing right, and swing in here. Now she gets the 5k. She goes to the bottom. End turn. We can get beat up a tiny bit. Guard and guard, guard and guard, guard and guard. Stand and draw. Let's go ahead and draw. Okay, that somewhat helps. Play this. Now everything is a normal unit. CB2. Whoops, look at the top card. Oh, it's a normal unit that I get to add to my fucking hand. Call this out. She gets a crit. Same name as my Vanguard. For my solar, drop and put it into my hand. So I could use this. Put these two back. Ugh. Just please flip. And add this to my hand. And play this maybe? I don't know. Just kind of fucked. So this gets +5, and then from its own skill it gets another +5. So this is 30 with crit. And I swing in here. Check and check. Wow, great, awesome. Restand, Soul Blast, swing here, end turn, and then we die. Unbelievable. Alright, let's try that again. Getting trigger did not help at all, to be honest. Want to bet see if it adds the buds 5 minutes after ending stream like last time? Probably. We'll give it we'll give it a bit then. Put that back, put that back, put that back. Draw. Yeah, Phyllis is nice at least. I forgot it is 50 cards, so maybe that's what it is. Yeah, do you need to consume my drugs? My court mandated drugs. Thank you very much, Basil. Okay. So let's say we went second this time, right? We'll draw. Discard this because we have discard fodder for days. We'll draw. Go to ride phase. Go to main phase just to get the +3 because we went first. We can throw down Phyllis if we wanted to. Try and rush a little bit. Swing. Swing and turn. Surely they won't attack into Phyllis. Stop going into damage. Do you have any idea, ma'am, how important you are for you to be just going into damage like this? Alright, draw. Alright, ride phase, draw. Discard, ride. Get this. Put this one into soul. Play this. Draw. I can play this back. Or leave it in front, it really doesn't matter. 'Cause I can use this intercept, I guess. So swing, this gets +5. Check. Swing with this. End turn, intercept with this. It doesn't really matter, but got her into drop. Take a damage. It's a heal trigger. Guard with this. Take one more. Oh my god. That's my draw for turn. That's my draw for turn. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. That's my draw for turn. Draw. Can't do anything with you right now. Well, I could, but not really. Call this Panic Express when they serve you Chinese rice with chicken. That's 90% rice. We'll play this. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. We'll Soul Blast these two. She gets +5. Now her skill is CB1. We'll use this skill. Oh no, first we'll play this. This goes to Soul. Now the skill is 2 cards. We'll CB1. Reveal the top card. Add Persona right to hand. Call 1 and 2. Both get crits. This gets +5 from her. She gets another +5. This gets +5 from her own skill. Phyllis gets +5, gets +5 again. We can go ahead and play this. Put this into Soul. Reveal the top card for me. We can leave that on top. Thank you very much. Let's go to frickin' battle, baby. We're gonna go 26 and a crit. Let's go to battle here with 33 and a crit. Let's go here with 18. First check, front trigger. Second check, no trigger. Skill, Soul Blast 2. Restand. 30 and a crit. 25 and a crit. Pass turn. Finally.
Just took me literally cheating.
To get the optimum scenario, which is a bit discouraging, but the fact that she kept going to damage is kind of insulting. And then from here, you know, it kind of depends on how things go. But that's the game plan for Medial, right? Guard, I don't know. And then double intercept, maybe. Alright, end turn. Draw. Persona ride. Draw. Oh my god. Yeah. Phyllis. So blast. This becomes CB. I guess I can play this to make it so it's whatever. It's a normal unit. It was a normal unit anyways. Add it to hand. I can only add one. Add this one. This one at least gets 5k. This gets +5. She gets +5. She gets +5. She gets +5. She gets another +5. Go to battle. Swing in 26. Swing in 34. First check, great. Second check, awesome. Soul Blast 1. Restand. Swing in. Oh, right. Crit. Almost forgot. 40 and a crit. And 48. Okay. So that's better. That's much better. But yeah, it is a bit clunky. I think, honestly, it really just comes down to seeing this, obviously. But maybe getting rid of these 7 cards, maybe for something that's a little bit more useful to make sure that I see this girl specifically. I don't know. Some kind of plussing in this deck would be nice somehow. It's just that there really isn't anything that doesn't cost CB, and I cannot use CB, and I cannot use Soul. So it would have to be until, you know, we get... I can't even use a cycler because, like, I don't want to... I want to discard stuff so that I can call it from drop. Like, I guess I could guard with them instead, but yeah. I need to see if I can just find something that works out decently, right? Because those are the real weak points. Because the deck is essentially this. Maybe minus these, but it's essentially this is the deck, right? So you have 10 cards to play with, but this is the core of the deck, the must-haves. I can't see any other good ride line other than this.
Than these two,
but especially because you just need the soul. So, but all right, let's see. It is 8:10 my time. We're going to. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if I don't have. You don't have the balls of me. Mario, go back. Re-update. See what happens. It crashed. So that's good.
so that's good.
Taking his time. I don't know. Maybe we can play with bugs. Huh? 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 No. No bugs. Rip. Your theory was wrong, Ek, unfortunately. Unless it just accidentally updated somehow, but nope, no bugs. No, nothing. So I don't know. I've been thinking of like maybe. I don't even think I could do that, to be honest. Yeah, I was thinking of maybe moving the stream to Wednesdays, but like then that just wouldn't make sense. Yeah. What I'm gonna have to just do is see if I can test out how to add my own cards to CFA, because I know that's a thing. So I'll just add the cards from the set. I'll literally proxy it in that sense, and before stream, and try it out. So I guess Thursday's stream, we'll test out bugs, And then if it's not ready, which I know it won't be because it's never on Thursdays, I'll add in the triple rares for the quick start bosses. We'll add those in. I will add those in, and then we can test those out the same day, even if it doesn't update. I just can't play against anyone, I think is probably what it's going to be like, which is fine. I think that's fine if I don't play anyone. But we at least get to play the cards the same day, right? I think that works out. Alright. I know I said I was going to try and fight someone, but I lied. Unless someone wants to fight right now, but I think that'll be it. I get the weirdest recommendations for YouTube because of the fact that I don't watch YouTube on the Vanguard channel. I watch it on my other channel that has like premium, YouTube Premium, whatever the hell it's called, right? So that has like notification or recommendations that make sense. But on the other channel, it's just like, what am I even looking at? All right. Anyways, thanks everyone for stopping by and talking about bugs. Unfortunately, no bug testing, but it'll be out tomorrow. I'll try and have a deck ready by the Thursday stream, and we'll play some bugs and have a good time. But till then, take care of yourselves and each other. Play Vanguard and have yourselves a damn good one.